Hey mathematicians, how are ya? It is Miss Smelian here with another episode of Math with me. I am so excited to be working with you today. Let's take a look here. We've got a great lesson for you on decimals. So our goal today is that we can read, write, and find some decimals. And I put my favorite awesome target dog right there so we know what we're aiming for. He's so cute, isn't he? All right. So we are really going to be working hard on decimals today. Before we jump into the lesson, let's make sure that we are in a nice quiet place. Hopefully you have our video routine down, which means you are in that quiet place. You have your paper and your pen or pencil ready. You have no distractions, and you are pausing and rewinding and rewatching if you need to. And make sure that you're also interacting with me and talking with me, even though I'm not right there. Pretend that I am, and you can answer my questions when I ask them. All right, so let's dive right in. So decimals. Well, we have been working all year on our place value names and knowing those names and knowing how much they're worth. And so there are more place value names after the thousandths, but just for now, we're really going to focus in on the tenths, hundredths, and thousandths place. So, if I were to write this number, what would you say? How much is that worth? That is 92, and then we say the place value name that it ends in, hundredths. You can also say 0.92. Let's try this one. Oopsies. There we go. Now, how would you say this number? Whenever we say an and, that's how we're saying a decimal point. So we have 1 and 16, and we say the place value name, hundredths. All right. Let's try another one. How would you say this number? I kind of gave you a tricky one. So let's read the number together. We'd say 74, and then look at what place value do you end in? Thousandths. So 74 thousandths. We could also say 0.074. All right. Now that we have a little bit of practice reading decimals, and I think you guys are pretty good at that, let's try writing decimals. So you have to listen to what I say and think about what would you write down. If I said 4 hundredths, what would you write down? Well, I would know I need to end in the hundredths place, so I would write the 4 ending in the hundredths place. That's kind of a tricky one. Here's another one. What if I said 81 hundredths? Well, I'd know I have to end in the hundredths place. Again, that's this one. And I'd put 81. What if I wanted to say, let's see, what if we were writing a decimal like 25 and 8 tenths? I would write my 25 in front of the decimal point, and my 8 tenths, I would know I have to end in the tenths place, so 25.8 would work. And let's try one more. How about, what would you write down if I said 6 and 7 thousandths? Ooh, that's a hard one. All right, I would put the 6 and would be my decimal point, 6 and I'd need to end in the thousandths, so I would put my 7 way over here in the thousandths place value. So 6 and 7 thousandths. So those are a few examples of reading and writing decimals. We're going to practice finding decimals that are slightly more and slightly less. In this case, I'm going to give you a number, and we're together going to try to figure out would the number be as 1/10 more or 1/10 less. So for example, if I gave you the number, oops, 0.53 or 53 hundredths. I want to find out what is 1/10 more. So I would make, instead of 5/10, I would make it 6/10, and I don't need to do anything to the hundredths because I'm only affecting the tenths. And then if I were to try to make it 1/10 less, I would say, well, 5/10 was in my original number, so now I would make it 4 and leave the hundredths place alone. So 43 hundredths. Let's try a few more. It's kind of fun to erase that, isn't it? Cool. All right, now I'm going to do a decimal with a whole number as well. So how about 1 and 26 hundredths. All right, I want to do 1/10 more. So I'd look at the tenths place and think, well, I'm going to bump that up 1, and I would leave all the other place values alone. If I wanted 1/10 left of my original number, less, excuse me, I would say 2 then becomes 1. So those are a couple of examples. Let's get a few harder problems. Let's try the changing the hundredths place value. So let's say my original number is, oopsies, sorry about that, is 3.59. Let's change that and make that 1/100th more. Now this one's kind of tricky because if I make it 1 more, it's going to change a couple numbers. 9 would actually, 1 more would be 10, which would spill over into the tenths place. So I would put 3.6. So notice it went up 1/100ths, 3.60. Let's try 1/100th less. Well, the 9 is what's going to change. I'm going to go down to 8, so 3.58. Now notice these kind of go in order: 3.58, 3.59, 3.60. Let's try another one. That one was kind of fun because of the 9 that spilled over. Let's try, oopsies, 4 and 692 thousandths. All right, now again, it's super helpful to underline that place value. So I'm going to underline the hundredths place because that's the one that we're changing. And let's make it 1/100th more. Oh, I did it again with the 9. Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, 9 is going to bump up to 10, which is going to spill over. So I know that it's going to be 4.702. Now let's make less, 1/100th less. So I'm going to say it's 4.6. And I'm going to look at the 9, and now I'm going to make it an 8. 2. So that is pretty fun. All right, let's try the thousandths place value. So I'm going to give you a number such as 5.48 3. All right. Now, again, we're going to look to the thousandths place this time, and we're gonna go a thousandths more or a thousandths less. So we'll put the more on this side and the less on this side. So if I make that 1 more, I know I can leave the 5, the 4, and the 8 because they are not in the thousandths place, and I'm going to take the 3 and make that a 4. And now let's go 1 less. 1/1000th less. So 5.48, and 3 would go down to 2. And it's kind of nice. Again, these are in order. It's kind of fun. So now I'm going to let you give it a try. What I'd like you to be working on is just trying to make them these a hundredth more and a hundredth less. So let's copy these numbers down real quick, and then you're going to try to make it 1/100th more and then 1/100th less. So we have 2.798. Then try 36 and 25 hundredths. Then try 0.4102. Then try 153 and 967 thousandths. Give those 4 problems a try. Again, you're trying to go 1/100th more and 1/100th less. So when you bring your paper in, I should see some work and see what you tried to do, and I'm really excited to see it. So if you weren't able to copy these numbers down quickly enough, you can always rewind this video, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye guys!